Good morning, ladies. My name is Helene Weesie. I'm really happy to be with you here today at this GNBCC's Women in Business program. 3 factors that really make me enthusiastic here. There's women, there's entrepreneurs and business leaders, and there's the horticulture and the cocoa value chain. And I'm an enthusiastic user of some of your products. Now let's talk for a moment about where I'm coming from. I'm the former managing director of Guinness Ghana. And you may say, wow, Guinness Ghana, big company. Indeed, big company. But big companies start small. And you may know, or you may not know, that there was a man in Scotland. His name was John Walker. He produced from the grains in his farm, he produced a really nice whiskey, which he then started to develop more and more. At some point, there was not only the people in his village using the whiskey and drinking the whiskey with a lot of pleasure, but it actually went beyond his village to London, and from London, the big city, over the time, it went across the world. And that's actually been the basis of Guinness Ghana, because we're part of an international company. And I just wanted to share that story because it shows that from something small, you can grow a really big business. Now, I don't really know what exactly is your ambition and whether you would want to get to that size of a business. But it's important to realize that what you plant and what you start small, there's always potential to grow. And I think that is one of the main elements in this program, to take you along on how do you come from a start to a bigger business, to perhaps an even bigger business. So apart from every business starts small, there's another parallel that I see between Guinness Ghana and many of your businesses. We may have different products, but in the end, what we are preparing, what we are elaborating and developing is a product for consumers. And it's these consumers that we have in common. We as a business need to focus on what do our consumers want? What is their way of living? Where does our product fit into their way of living? I think for each of you and your businesses, that is also an important question. Too often, we only think about our product and what our product can do and what our product can bring. But really, we need to think from the point of view of the consumers, to think, what do our consumers want? And how can our product fulfill that need, that expectation, or that desire? Because in the end, what is key to know is, why is my product better than all the other products in the market? And how can my product fulfill the promise that I'm giving to the consumer? And how can that product fulfill the need or the requirement of the consumer? So in the end, what is really central is the consumer, and how does our product fit their needs? And I hope that in your business plans, you have that written out really clearly, because that is where you make the difference versus your competitor. I think there are a few elements really key when leading a business. The first one is vision. And the vision defines, where do you want to go to with your business? Who do you want to serve? What type of consumers? What type of products? In terms of pricing? And then, of course, where do we want to sell? And so it's a number of elements that in our vision we describe, and we put that as a sort of a point on the horizon. And no matter what, we're going to work towards that point. And when I say no matter what, it's because around us so many things happen that we haven't predicted and that we may not have analyzed. And we need to be ready for sometimes diverting a little bit of the road that we have charted, but we should never lose sight of what that vision and that point on the horizon is. And I think that's really key. Vision and sticking to it, even when the road sometimes makes detours. Now, the second part is perhaps equally important, knowing that not everything will go as planned. And particularly also when I look at my business, the economy last year was very, very different from how we all expected it to be. At those moments, you need to really have passion and energy to think about other ways of still pursuing your goal. We had to do that as a big business. I think you need to do that for the smaller, medium-sized businesses as well. And you need a lot of energy to continue thinking about different ways how to approach the point on the horizon. Energy and passion are key. Energy and passion are also key because it influences the people around you. Not only your target group, your consumers, your customers, but it also influences the people of your team with whom you are working. Teams can be small or large, but you can't build a business alone. You need people to keep you honest to yourself. You need people to sometimes pick you up. You need people to stimulate you further. And it's really important that that energy and passion also radiates onto them, so that together as a team, you can make your dream come true. Yes, and then there's resilience. I think I already mentioned things never go as planned. And, you can cry about that, you can be bitter about that, or you can say, I'm gonna be better because of that. Yes, it doesn't work out the way I planned it to be, but I'm gonna learn from it. I'm gonna challenge it. I'm gonna come up with a plan B. If plan A doesn't work, I'm gonna come up with a plan B. And if plan B doesn't work, well, then sometimes you have to resort to plan C. I can tell you that in the last year, due to the difficult economy in Ghana, we really had to go from plan A to plan B to plan C. And in the end, we were able to make that work because we were resilient, because we had the passion to do it, and a great team where, not everybody is equally passionate at every point in time. But we picked each other up and said, we can really do it. By the way, the mantra for the business last year, and we didn't know how bad the year would start, the mantra last year for our business was, yes, we can. And I think it's that attitude that entrepreneurs also really need, because nothing is going as planned. And you better laugh and learn from it rather than being sad and bitter, because that's not going to bring you anywhere. So for me, it's vision, it's the energy and passion, and then it's the resilience that is really required to make a business grow. Advising going forward, I think we talked a bit about it can be challenging to start a business, to run a business, to grow a business. And therefore, I think it's really important that you build networks. And when I say networks, there's actually two types of network. One is your support structure at home. The fact that we are women and there's still other expectations of us when it comes to, we have other tasks, be it educating children, be it running a household, be it taking care of parents or family members. And yes, you need a support structure to help you doing that and to help you run your business as well. If you need to take care of the children at home and running a business, that's not always possible on all moments. So I think a support structure at home is actually the basis for launching your business idea. And then talking about a network and a structure in the work environment. Networking is really important. Important for establishing contacts where you can learn from other persons, where you can learn from their experience, see how they approach similar questions that you are having, but also to help others, because I really believe networking needs to come from two sides. Maybe it doesn't always come at the same moment, but when somebody helps you and you try to help that other person, that is really where strong connections are being built. And those connections do not only count now, they count in the future as well. Also, when talking about networks, it's not necessarily important to always go to the most experienced member of the group or the most high-ranking member of the group, because you can learn from everybody. And I have learned a lot from my peers, and I have learned a lot from my team members. Because the experiences are different, environments are different, ideas are different. And that's where I would say every moment, every person you meet is an opportunity to learn. Then I think you have a great opportunity ahead of you with being part of this program. This program offers mentoring sessions. It offers sessions in groups to learn about certain topics and to develop certain capacities. I really think you can benefit from that. Maybe not all is directly applicable to you now, but it might be applicable in the near future. And learning, listening, and developing your own thoughts is going to be really helpful in your way as a business forward. So I really wish you a fantastic program. Grab the opportunity with both arms and really enjoy it. Thank you and good luck.